Faithful listener, welcome to Squared Circle Cinema, where we chit-chat about feature films starring professional wrestlers, but you already knew that, because you're super smart, and you look great, Mike. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and with me is the Doctor of Desire, the Lothario of Love. That's right. He forces me to do the intro each and every other week, even though I suck at it, and I think it's to boost my confidence. So I thank him for that. He is the muffler, Ryan Bruckner. Ryan, how are you doing today, buddy?
I've never been called a Lothario before, so
Lothario?
I'm doing pretty good, I guess.
Great.
I'm also doing pretty good because I kicked your ass at 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon
Oh,
last
no,
week.
you're going to bring that up? I was distracted. I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, likely story.
What? I did pretty well. Let's go right now. Give me an actor.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover, okay, was in Lethal Weapon with Joe Pesci. Lethal Weapon 3. Joe Pesci.
You were about to say Joe Piscopo.
I wasn't going to say Joe Piscopo. I was going to say Joe Pesci because I'm on Joe Pesci now. So that's one. All right. The trick is to get to Ed Harris. That's the key. If I could get to Ed Harris. So Apollo 13.
Danny Glover was with Steve Martin
no,
in
no,
Grand Canyon.
Joe
Steve Martin
Pesci.
was with Kevin Bacon in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Boom.
All right. Well, it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you, too.
Hey, speaking of movies, this week, it's film number 10 of 4,532, The Devil's Rejects, starring Diamond Dallas Page. Just thought I'd get that out there.
I got this survey in the mail, in the email the other day. Did you get one?
Danny Glover's a low blow, man. You're going Danny Glover on me? Come on. All right. Danny Glover.
Wait, did I just say something?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you get a survey from WWE?
No.
I got a survey from
the mail?
WWE in my email.
In your email.
Yes.
Oh, maybe I did.
Asking like my opinion on like what I like about wrestling and what I think should be on WWE Network. I thought it was
Interesting. Did you fill
pretty
it out?
cool. Yeah, I did.
I thought you said you got it like in your mail, like in your
No,
mailbox, your
no,
home
in the email.
address.
Email.
I don't know
but
if
yeah,
WWE has my home address.
it asked me to pick like my 3 top favorite
Damn.
current wrestlers, my all-time favorite wrestler, to like rank each division, to like say like how much I enjoy certain things on the WWE Network.
I think I deleted it. Can I request to get that?
Just look in your
Because we always
trash.
get like, you are eligible for a free month of WWE Network. That's what I assume it is.
Just look in your trash. It was just sent to me the other day, but they might have not sent it to you because they don't value
I have to
your
throw
opinion.
my laptop away first?
Yeah.
And my mobile
Exactly.
device? Dig it out?
Who are your top 3 current day superstars? And can you guess mine?
Kevin Owens is your number 1. Let's see here. AJ Styles is your number 2. And rounding out the list at number 3 is Seth Rollins. And you are incorrect. The correct answer would be number 1, Seth Rollins. Number 2, Sami Zayn. And number 3, Big E.
Big E, really?
He's in there.
Wow,
Me.
I didn't know you had an affinity for him.
Well, ever since their Halloween episode of Monday Night Raw, where all the New Day started dressing up like every character that the guy that Papa Shango portrayed. So they had Kama Mustafa, they had Papa Shango, and they had the Godfather.
That made you love Big E?
Now I like New Day again, and my favorite member of New Day is Big E.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got mine right except for one.
Okay, Seth Rollins is not in your top 3.
he's not.
Sami Zayn is.
No, Nakamura's. Shinsuke Nakamura.
But that's NXT, so it doesn't count.
It was in the list of things that I could choose from.
Oh, nice. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, he's
And
your
then,
number
of
1,
course,
right?
I said Bret Hart was my favorite all-time
All-time.
wrestler.
We can agree to agree on that one. Cheers, buddy.
Clink. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. What's going on with you?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all?
Nope, just been sitting alone waiting to record a podcast today with you. Just going, I wonder what cool things he's going to ask me.
Just staring at the wall. Just wondering what topics could be brought up.
No, I'm like that girl on Audition, just waiting by the phone in an otherwise empty room. Just staring at the light bulb dangling.
Do you have a sack next to you?
No, there's a guy tied up, and I feed him milk and force him to vomit it up, and then I eat that, and then feed that back to him.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
kinda,
weird shit goes on in LA. That's how things really are, man. I'm
Oh,
just
you know.
adapting to my environment.
That's why they call it La La Land, I
You
guess.
got that right.
I saw The Night Of. I watched it all in a day. Didn't you see that?
Loved it.
I loved it too. I thought
You
it
watched
was
it
really
all in a
great.
day?
Watched it
That's
all in a day.
heavy, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I really love the whole like psoriasis storyline and
I can't believe
cat.
that was supposed to be originally. That was going to be James Gandolfini
It was?
portraying him. Yeah,
Wow. I'm glad it wasn't.
yeah. It would have been a completely different character. And why am I blanking on his name? Fill me in here. Fill in
John
the blanks.
Turturro?
Thank you. No, I loved it. It
Yeah.
painted such a bleak picture of New York
The justice system.
and the justice system.
I mean, it's like it's such an horribly imperfect system. I learned that firsthand because I had jury duty 2 months
I
ago.
love the cat too. Oh, you had jury duty, huh?
Yeah.
How was it?
And that's where I learned that the justice system was broken,
It's
my
rigged.
friend.
Wow.
No, it's just like there can be so many ways for somebody to get out of something, but because of reasonable doubt
Yeah.
and the burden of proof, it's so easy to say they didn't do it. In a
Well,
way.
the whole point is to prove without a reasonable doubt that they did not do it. Right? So
Yeah.
it's not a matter of, so all things removed, this man is innocent, which I don't think is right. I mean, I guess that's
Yeah.
fair,
It's-
but it depends on your outlook on humanity. Are humans innately good or are humans innately bad? The answer is they're bad. Look at my niece. She tries to kill things.
She does?
Well, no, not really, but she's a terror. You know, like she breaks things. It's her mom just. I love my niece. Don't get me wrong, but you know, she's a little girl. Sure, she's been put on this planet right now to just destroy anything in her path, and moms are there to say, no, you can't kill that. All right, you're going to kill that, maybe me and yourself. You know, but I guess. You know, there's a lot at stake for who is on trial. So to remove the fact that, you know, this man is innocent or just remove all bias, you need 100% proof that he did it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what the defendant is there for.
But I feel like there's so much that can be done before trial to mask things.
But yeah, no.
To
Well, I'm sorry,
mask.
I misspoke. The defendant is looking at one possible way to maybe conclude that he didn't do it or she didn't do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was like OJ, man. Something about a glove, I think, that was too small. It was like, if the glove's too small, hey, man, you take the call.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
But I think this goes even deeper because it's like, man, this guy was a young kid. He was a good guy. He was a relatively good young man. Then he gets wrapped up into this crime. He doesn't get to post bail. And so he has to be imprisoned with hardened criminals.
Quite
fending
frankly,
for his life, and he was corrupted.
Yeah.
So
Oh, absolutely.
this whole experience ruined his family's life
The poor
and
mom.
made him into a heroin addict
Yes.
that is connected with people that live a life of crime
No.
when he would have probably ended up being like a doctor or
Absolutely.
something.
And, you know, he had...
It's a tragedy.
He had, like, angry impulses. Like, he attacked a student on a couple occasions. So he has violent behavior. But these are things that are probably just exploited now because of the scenario he's in now. Like, kids do awful things.
Yeah, but and
You know,
and
like he punched a classmate.
But he was also a victim of racism because of 9/11. He's
Right.
Pakistani, and he just happened to be in high school in New York during 9/11. So, I mean, you could only imagine,
Yeah.
like, the shit. I mean, I've seen horrible things in my high school to just, like, random white kids. Imagine a Pakistani kid after 9/11 in New York.
Oh, my God.
Of course he would have gotten violent with some people. People were probably getting violent
Yeah.
with him.
No. Yeah, so he is now innocent, quote unquote, but his he may as well not be. His life is over, man. His family's life is over. He's
his
now addicted to
relationship with his
heroin.
mother is over.
Yeah.
His dad's business is
He has
ruined.
been corrupted by the justice system and the people that dwell within.
They're in mountains of debt. He has a heroin habit. But at least John Turturro
The
got
dad's
the cat
delivering
back.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
least he
I
got
know.
the
It
cat
was
back.
like that was the glimmer of hope at the end, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like it ended the very, very end. It ended on a high.
Yeah.
He was deathly allergic to cats.
Really reminded me of the end of The Wire, too, where you just kind of see what everybody is doing.
I hated the end of The Wire. I hated the final season so much.
I didn't like the final season, but you know, the final wrap-up scene where it's just showing like what everyone's doing, and that kid that was like
McNulty
that
ended up getting fired.
had
but-
the kid that had like all that potential, you
Yeah.
know, in season 4. I forget
Oh
his name.
yeah, he went back to the streets.
and he
Yeah.
became a heroin addict,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it was just so tragic.
Mm.
The justice system.
So
In this movie that we're gonna do,
has nothing to do with that.
it has to do with vigilante justice.
Now, I got to come clean since I'm under oath. I knew you were in jury duty, and I knew it took about 2 weeks. How was your experience? I mean, you worked full time while that was going on.
Yeah, it was difficult. I didn't work full time. I used 4 hours of sick
But
pay
it
a day
seems
and
like
then
it
worked 4 hours.
Really
a
tested
day.
your mettle there.
It was just like, yeah, it was really hard because it just went on and on. Like there was so much minutia that was reviewed, and I was like so convinced of guilt. And then I went into the jury room and realized that I was only one of 3 people that thought he was guilty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And did that change your opinion?
No, but it was just like I felt so much pressure to change
Wow.
my
Were you-
opinion.
By that, I mean, do you feel like you were manipulated by the majority?
Kind of, yeah.
Unbelievable. That's crazy.
But there were, I mean, I could see,
Like, how often does this happen, you know?
yeah, I don't know. It was like, honestly, when I was in there and I was like listening to people and the way they rationalize certain things, I was like, I think Trump is going to win. I really did think that.
Wow.
And he did.
So why didn't you stick to your guns? You would have been in a stalemate.
Because
and
I
it would have been a hung
honestly, and
jury.
it's horrible, and I guess that's why I'm part of the problem. I just wanted to get the hell out
I
of
would
there.
say that's worse.
I just couldn't take it anymore. It was
Yeah.
a Friday. It was the day that they said that we would be done. We had been deliberating for 2 days.
Okay, and also how-
already, and I wanted it to be over because I couldn't sway anybody. Except
Okay.
like us 3 guys like stood strong together. We couldn't sway anybody, and I just kind of gave in.
So this tells me, and I don't know if you want to go into the specifics of the case, which I guess you don't have to, but like this just tells me that the verdict was not guilty because you thought he was guilty, or did you already say that?
Well, he had 4 counts against him, 2 felony counts, 2 misdemeanor counts. I
Mm-hmm.
ended up convincing everybody to make him guilty on 1
Okay.
misdemeanor count, and he was not guilty on the other 3 counts.
Well, at least that's something. I mean, didn't the guy like T-bone? Well, I don't know. I guess you don't have to. get
It
into the
doesn't
specifics.
matter.
But I think it's just easier. Again, if you're not 100% sure, beyond reasonable doubt, it's just easier to get by with your life if you don't convict somebody. If you don't, like, because there's always that little glimmer of, well,
Yeah.
what if I was wrong? So now it's like, even if, yeah, he probably did it, but you know what? He's a white guy. He's a cop. You know, he's good for society. Just let him go. You know,
He's
like you.
what? He's a white guy?
Yeah. People are very. This is not me.
Oh, I thought you were saying your own opinion.
This is my opinion, man. Dude,
He wasn't a white guy.
I don't respond to jury duty summons. No way. That's why I'm not registered to vote too. I would like, but hearing your take on it though, I would like to serve. It would
It
be
was
pretty
a-
fascinating, and I do love courtroom dramas. And I
yeah.
mean, the show, you know, the night of made me, you know, really was so captivating that it made me want to kind of be engrossed in that world. And just like how the prosecutor reacts and how if you just focus on someone while someone else is giving a statement and just how they're like, that's fucking bullshit, but you can't say anything.
And they'd look.
This is
Do you know what's
drama.
really weird? Being in the jury box, they're looking at you. They make eye contact with you.
Wow.
They look at you.
Yeah,
They scan
exactly.
the jury box. They're like, what are they thinking?
They're selling you.
And even, do you know what was really kind of interesting? I almost felt like I was in a play or like some sort of like murder mystery, because when it was all over, the judge comes back. He's not wearing his robe anymore. He like talked to us about the case, and he was like,
Wow.
"Oh, how was your experience?" And then he's like, "You know what? You can, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, the lawyers are going to be out in the lobby, and if you want to talk to them and ask them questions, feel free."
This sounds like you're on the Warner Brothers lot for
Yeah,
an Ellen taping.
it was
man.
weird.
Like, and there's
And-
snacks too, help yourself.
Yeah. So then I went and talked to the lawyers. I asked them questions, like they were like, the defense team that were so happy that they won. They were talking about how they were reading us and we were reading them.
Wow.
And it was like, man.
But isn't it now more of an easier, calmer conversation now that no one was sentenced to? I mean, I don't know what the sentence was, but say life in prison or death, for crying out loud.
Well,
in this
he
state.
wouldn't have
Wait,
been either.
okay, I'm just saying, do you think that because the level of this crime wasn't as high as a murder, that this is why you have access to the lawyers and stuff? So like in a murder trial,
I think
you wouldn't have this kind of access after the trial?
I think
the
you
jurors?
would. I think you would.
Yeah.
I feel like this is something regular that happens in like regular everyday
Yeah.
court cases. Maybe if it's like a big high profile thing covered by the media,
Yeah. Wow. Well,
yeah. But I think, and honestly, I think it's something that every person should do. It's like, it really taught me a lot about myself and about the world I live in.
Yeah. Educate you about your peers. And you had, that you had that profound thought hearing your peers speaking like these guys are fucking idiots. I think Trump could win. This is how they rationalize certain things.
Yeah.
They're wrong, but I can't just be mean if I said they're wrong. They're just be like, "Oh, that's just your opinion, man."
Yeah. No,
it's like,
'cause-
no, you
yeah.
weren't listening.
Because I'm in the minority, and then I'm also thinking like, man, if I really say what I feel, everyone's gonna hate me.
Yeah, yeah. You'd be judged.
Yeah, I really had trouble sleeping the night
Wow,
before the verdict.
wow.
Yeah, 'cause
And you
we
were
were
like, I'm just gonna stick to my guns and just go, say what I feel. But like,
Yeah.
did your opinion sway as far as the closing arguments? Like,
no, but I managed to get people to at least give him something and not let
Nice.
him just get off.
yeah. Well, there
'Cause
you
I
go.
don't think he should have.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I mean, this case really catered to my distrust of authority.
I hate the fucking
Anyway.
cops, man.
It was a cop on trial.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And it was clear that things were let go as far as the investigation
Mhm.
and
So
the
say-
collection of evidence because of who he is.
Right. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
This guy works at Rite Aid,
Hey,
right?
that-
He's scooping ice cream for you at the Thrifty. Not the same story, right?
Yeah.
It is
no,
sad.
That guy is fucked.
There's
If
no
he's-
doubt about
If he's
it.
the
He's
Rite Aid
fucked.
guy, he's fucked. If he's
And
this
God
guy,
forbid if he's African American,
yeah.
Mexican, like Jesus Christ. This is the society we're currently living in. There's no doubt about it
Yeah. Well,
that it would
I
have been
mean, there
not
was-
necessarily a different outcome, but it would not have been handled the same way at all.
The jury pool was very diverse. There were, I mean, would you consider me white? I'm white, and my dad's white. My mom's Mexican. But people think I'm white.
Well, you kind
Just
of look
by
white. That's all.
I mean, I look white. But
Yeah,
there were no white people on the jury.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a very diverse group.
But what about how the case was handled, how evidence was taken,
Yeah, that
I mean,
was
it would have been
cops.
completely different.
It happened in his precinct, so that
Oh,
was
these are
cops
his
helping
buddies. Yeah.
cops
yeah.
helping cops.
That's sad. I mean,
And when I got to talk to the prosecutor, it totally confirmed it for me. Totally confirmed it for me
wow.
that this is some fucked up shit. Yeah.
Fascinating stuff, man.
Well, the Devil's Rejects.
You know,
You
Is
used
there-
to like this movie. Let's start with that.
Is there a courtroom? There's no court at all. There's a sheriff.
It's
that's
about
like,
the justice system.
Yeah, it is.
It's
the sheriff
about
is
a
kinda
sheriff
like
taking
the judge, jury, and
Yeah,
executioner.
taking the law into his own hands.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I used to like this movie. I no longer do.
What did you like about it? Can you go back to 2005, Michael Ryan?
Okay.
Channel
I
that,
can.
that
So I'm
young man.
22. I'm spry.
You're not. Oh yeah, you are 22. Well,
22.
I turned 21 in 2004.
I'm just discovering my body.
And you're a year older than me.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you be 23?
Huh? In 2005?
Yeah.
I was born in 83.
So was I, but I thought you were a year older than me.
Okay, parts of 2005, I'm 20. Okay, I'm in
You're
my
in-
early fucking 20s. The
Okay, well, whatever.
Fine.
Just channel yourself. Who
All right.
who were you? Then?
Okay,
and why did you like this movie?
I don't know if I like. Look, Mom, I'm glad you asked, but I don't know if I like this Ryan guy. He's really mean to me, and not like in a normal way. It's just like it's like he's reading me and he's telling me my deep, darkest thoughts, but he's like exposing it to the world and all my friends. And you know how vulnerable I am at this age. That never.
I was already reading
No,
you back
weren't.
then.
I don't know why I went there. No. Okay.
I think our friendship was just barely blossoming.
I
then.
used to like horror movies for the sake of horror movies back then. Now, I'm not saying I went out and watched every single one, because I could tell the difference between a good horror movie and a bad horror movie. And I no longer feel that way. Like, I would consider this a slasher film, and I no longer
You
like.
would consider this a slasher film?
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't.
I would. What would you define a slasher film? I mean, we're talking.
Slasher film is like a singular killer that is almost unstoppable and just picks people off
Yeah, I
one by
guess so.
one.
We have multiple killers
until there's
here.
a big confrontation at the end. That's usually a woman versus the man with the knife. It's usually like some sort of metaphor for a woman fighting off a killer dick.
I would say that it's just people being killed for no real motivation, other than the fact that our antagonist or protagonist, if they're the ones moving the story, just has to kill. And in this reason, there was really no motivation for them to kill, other than the people who were in their way. So it's not like one monster; it's a family of monsters.
They're already serial killers. So
Yeah.
it's serial killers on the run. It's an on the run movie.
Well,
Rob Zombie said he was.
just had so many parallels to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Rob Zombie's.
He said he was
homages are-
inspired by Bonnie and Clyde, Badlands.
That's kind of why this doesn't work for me, because
because Bonnie and Clyde, you could actually sympathize with them. You know why? Like they're robbers. They're not murderers.
Yeah.
They want money, and they get off on the
well,
thrill.
that's what he's trying to do here, I think, because these are our protagonists, and they get all the jokes, so it's like we want to like these guys.
Yeah,
I don't.
It
It doesn't feel right, like, because it's like, what are you giving us here? You giving us Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or are you giving us Bonnie and Clyde? Because it feels like we got Bonnie and Clyde, in the dilapidated Texas farmhouse, hanging out, with the fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre family.
Yeah,
And it doesn't work. They're not that kind of character. They're not the creepy. They're not scary. They're not funny. They're not likable. They're not anything.
It's just a repugnant movie with repugnant people.
I don't know. Like, I don't know why I liked it, but I remember liking it more than A House of a Thousand Corpses, and I think now that movie's better. I think that's more creative. It really lacks in the third act. It went off the rails in the third act.
I saw House of Thousand Corpses, but I don't really remember a lot. I know
think
Chris Hardwick is in it.
the fact that Brian Posehn was in this movie kind of helped. Oh, Walter Goggins is in House of a Thousand Corpses. He's great in it.
Oh, Walton Goggins.
What did I say, Walter? It should be Walter. Come on. Who are we
Walton.
kidding? I saw it in the theaters, and I remember having fun, but I wasn't having fun seeing it the second time at all. And it just made no sense to me. Here they're at a shootout in the end, and this is a prequel to a movie that they're alive in, House of a Thousand Corpses. Spoiler alert.
It's a prequel?
Yeah, it's a prequel. You got Captain Spaulding, Tiny, and the, Sherry Moon zombie. All those characters are in House of a Thousand Corpses.
I thought this was just after House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, okay. Well,
I thought it was a sequel, not a prequel.
look, I report, you decide.
I decided that
Well,
it's
shit.
not a prequel; it's a sequel.
Look, I don't know why I liked it, but I think I was just more lenient on horror movies then and less analytical. Like, okay, I think it is a slasher film, and like, why do I like them? I mean, like, because on the surface, right, I'm admitting to liking young, attractive humans, you know,
Being
murdered for no reason. And why? Like, that's sociopathic. That's psychotic. I should be locked up, right?
Well, there's a difference between a movie that has young people getting tortured by the bad guy, but
Absolutely.
then there's always a fight to stop the bad guy.
Exactly. And so it
They're-
has to be done well,
yeah.
and you have to root for someone, and the characters have to be flawed, you know, so it almost justifies it. But
This one is, I think, a sociopathic movie because we have to sympathize. I mean, there's even a torture scene where we're supposed to
it does-
root
you-
for and
we are.
sympathize
It flips the,
them
Yeah.
for them, and I think
There's a role
okay,
reversal where the torturer becomes the
I
torturee.
think at that time, you like went to Ozfest. You like System
that was
of
before.
a Down.
That was before. That was
That was
well
before
That
this?
was 2000, 2001.
You're telling me you didn't
2005
still
I was-
like System of a Down?
Not in 2005. No,
But
I was
you
really embracing. So it was the tail end of that and the beginning of me really embracing fucking Elliott Smith and indie rock head on.
You had to still kind of remember back to Rob Zombie and White
Yes.
Zombie, and then think like,
Yes.
this guy loves horror.
Right.
Imagine him
And I
as a
would give-
director.
I
and
would
that's
give
what
him
I did
the benefit
too.
of the doubt too, and I think mainly his movies are terrible.
They're awful.
I think
He
Halloween is a
cannot
great.
write dialogue.
He can't write dialogue at all. I think Halloween is an interesting origin film. I would consider that good. Again, House of a Thousand Corpses has its moments, but like I went to like the Witches of Salem or Lords of Salem.
Yeah.
I went to a Q&A at
Really?
Yeah, at the ArcLight.
With
He
him?
was there with him. It was a screening, and then it was him and Sherry Moon, Zombie, and the movie's terrible. This is like poorly constructed. This is like film school bad. Like
I never
awful.
saw that one.
There are dudes in white zombie shirts. Like, oh, I kind of missed the mark on that one. But then you like to see the Q&A, and it's like, man, what a cool dude. And he's like thoughtful, and every scene, like he was, you know, really conscious of why he was motivated to do that. And it's like, this sounds like he's a brilliant filmmaker.
I know. I feel like he's smarter than this.
Yeah.
I feel like this movie is also seductive to making you think it's good because it has a great opening and closing
It does. And
sequence
there's great music.
with music that is familiar
Yeah.
to you, and there's lots of slow motion and stills and stuff.
There are fun moments that I think that's what I felt in 2005 throughout, because I'm, you know, like, I don't know why, but that kind of film just, I don't know, like, I don't want to say it makes me feel good, because it just makes me feel something. Like, I get a visceral reaction to it, and I remember having that with
Yeah.
this, because I would put it in a character category with the, you know, your Motel Hell and your Blood Hook and your fucking Friday the 13th, just these campy.
Bloodhook.
Oh man,
I've never
See,
seen
here's
that
the thing.
one.
Here's the thing. Okay, slasher films, horror movies in general. So, I mean, I'm not talking like well-crafted ghost stories like The Others or The Conjuring or The Sixth Sense or you know, Frighteners or anything like
But
that.
there's good slasher movies.
There are, okay, but I just have fond memories. My buddy Wedge and I, we would go to Blockbuster Video, and we would just rent whatever the most potential was for blood and tits. Not much of a formula there, but we did it every single week. So I don't know whose decision it was initially. I don't know if it was my idea, if it was his idea, and he just went around with it. I don't know why our parents allowed that at that fucking age.
How old were you?
10?
Whoa.
Yeah, man. And, you know, we're just renting whatever had we just look at the front. Oh, that looks pretty cool, dude. Bad taste. What's this all about? Look at the back. Nah, I don't see any titties. Let's move on. Or what could be potentially titties. You know what I mean? it's a very important part of my childhood, watching these campy slasher films. And these movies kind of open that up, I guess. It's just part of my childhood. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why I put it there. I don't know if it was my conscious decision or if I just kind of fell into it. But I think it's a huge reason why my computer just shut off. No, why my it's probably my favorite genre. I don't know if you asked or not, or if I'm just rambling here, but I just get more. Okay, if it's a movie's well crafted and well done, you're going to be lost, suspend your disbelief, and be absorbed within the confines of that movie, right? But it comes more naturally for me with horror movies, like just a great suspenseful scene, and there's just so much dread, and literally my heart rate, elevates. I get sweaty. I feel like I'm gonna fucking pass out or something. Like I like that because I'm involved. I'm included. I'm with these people. I want them to survive.
I'm with you there, but that's not in this movie.
No, it's not.
And that's not
There is no suspense.
There's no hope for, like, the people that are innocent people in this movie are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They're dumb idiots.
Absolutely. And there is no suspense. There's a scene in House of a Thousand Corpses that's done really well. It's a crane shot where Walton Goggins is about to be executed, and it just holds. Waits, nothing happens. It's a very slow shot, pulling out, and then finally, the shot happens. I would consider that suspense, where absolutely nothing happens. It's just the anticipation of it. That's the best parts of horror movies, and it could be simple, but that's what I get off on that shit though. Rush, and when nothing happens, it's even better. Like even an otherwise bad movie like Scream 2. All right, Nev Campbell is in the car.
I don't think Scream 2 is bad.
It's not great. Scream is much far. It's the second best one of the franchise.
It's the second best one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's still
not
pretty
terrible.
good. It's still pretty good.
But that scene where they're
The
stuck in a
opening
car
in the movie theater, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was great with Omar Epps
And Jada Pinkett.
and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Was she Smith at the time?
I think she was just a Pinkerton. But yeah, like she's in a car trapped. The only way to get out is by climbing over the killer with the mask and getting out the driver's side. And it's just this really slow scene. She's careful, she's quiet, and nothing happens at all.
Yeah.
But that's the most horrifying scene.
There's suspense, nuance. Those things are essential to a good horror film. I like horror movies too.
The best are when
but they need to be well crafted.
out of
And
context
this is exploitation. This
yeah.
is just
it's a gimmick.
garbage.
It's a gimmick, and it doesn't work. I almost would have maybe preferred it if they would have held on to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre motif in the beginning just throughout, and just totally abandoned the Bonnie and Clyde, because then it would have been formulaic and a little on the nose, and the homage would be a little too obvious. But at least, hey, you know what? I like this world I'm in here. It's really horrifying, But yeah, as far as like suspenseful scenes, like those scenes where out of context, you just see it and absolutely nothing happens. Those are well-crafted horror movies. Like what happens before, what preceded it deserves it's a magic trick. You feel like shit when nothing. The Invitation, right? Okay, that scene, right? And I'm not going to go into the plot, but just on its own, a girl leaves a party. A guy says, "Oh, I'm blocking you. Let me move." So the guy goes to his car, backs out. She pulls out, and he, flags her down just for, I don't know, to give her directions or something. That's the whole scene. It is the most jaw-dropping, mouth agape, horrifying, heart rate through the roof scene in that whole movie. Anyway,
Well, we have nothing like that here.
No.
Here's a challenge. What's the plot?
The plot?
What's the plot? If you're gonna say like, "Oh, you're Rob Zombie. Hey, Rob, I hear you're making a new movie. Follow up to House of a Thousand Corpses. What's it about?"
Okay, I think his high concept here was that we're going to we're going to do a role reversal, and then the good guys become the bad guys, and the people that used to torture are now getting tortured, right? I think that's like maybe what he was trying to go for. Definitely the pitch was to have likable bad guys, But
Did you find any of them likable?
no, not at all.
Like, there's the whole scene where they're all like eating ice cream, and I'm like, these
yeah,
people
that
are
was terrible.
fucking awful.
Yeah.
And why does he like? There's an art to using fucks in a movie. Every fuck in Goodfellas, every fuck in The Big Lebowski,
It's there for a reason.
belongs there.
Yeah.
And
This
if
is
you
just
take
fucking
it
there
out,
for-
it's not gonna be good. This is just stupid. This is just unintelligent
Yeah.
people saying fucking tutti frutti. Fucking you fucking idiot.
What was the-
leave me the fuck alone.
What was the deal with the film review guy? Like, oh, Captain Spaulding is a Groucho Marx movie. Like, oh my god, let's get that film guy in here. Let's fucking get him in here, man.
I think he
Let's
put
get
that in there as
Let's
his
get that
like
film critic in there.
jab at critics.
I think he had a "Who's better, Elvis or Groucho Marx" joke, and that was the way to write it in there.
Groucho Marx.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
yeah, mine too. But according to the cop,
Yeah. Don't you ever say anything bad about the king.
they died on the same day or something like that. Okay, but like, I mean, the plot is there's a police raid. They hold the mother. The mother's in prison. This is a family in a dilapidated farmhouse.
The
that
big
is
shootout.
capable of
Big
murder
shootout
after murder
opening.
after murder.
Yeah, there's over 70 murders.
The brother and sister escape, right? And they seek refuge in a hotel. What
Take
their
a
motivation is from there, I don't know.
They
like,
take a band at the hotel hostage.
but these
and
aren't plot points.
Yeah, they're not.
What's moving the
so,
story?
yeah,
What's
he's like-
their goal? Just
They're-
to run from
yeah.
the police forever?
He's basically like, okay, we're going to have him on the run. Now let's have an extended rape torture scenario for our heroes to participate in raping a woman and forcing her to give our hero oral sex at gunpoint.
Yeah. Now, I guess also you could follow the narrative from the point of view of the cop, because they had murdered his brother.
Yeah.
So at least that's a motivation. But he's a character. It's not his movie.
I don't sympathize with the cop either because he seems like a piece of shit.
Yeah. And I think they could have made him more of a piece of shit, so we were super not likable. But, like, I mean, come on. We're not going to sympathize with the goddamn Manson family here. They committed 75 murders, and we're supposed to laugh at their jokes and feel sorry for them when they're tied up and you know, just a little bit of mace is sprayed on their eyes.
I really can't sympathize with this band either. They're just dumb. I mean, okay, at one point they get control of the gun. She doesn't even try to shoot.
Yeah.
Baby is her name. Rob Zombie's
No,
wife.
I wasn't rooting for any of them not to die.
Yeah, Baby is an excellent knife thrower. She throws a knife straight into this woman, and the woman pulls out why would you pull out the knife?
No, yeah, you got to keep it in
Is
there.
that your instinct? If I were to throw a knife at you and you'd be
Yeah.
impaled, is your instinct to pull it out?
I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that scenario. I do pick at scabs, but I would probably leave it to the professionals. You know,
no.
I would get right on my phone.
You're not supposed to pull it out.
No, yeah.
You're not supposed to because you'll create more damage.
Well, you bleed to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but you'll probably fuck some shit up pulling it out as
I don't know. Let's find out. Here, throw a knife at me.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, God! Oh, it hurts as much as they say it does.
Oh, now I know what childbirth feels like. Am I right, ladies? Oh. No, I'm just gonna hold it there.
Just leave it. We'll take care of it later.
But I am clutching it. I'm clutching it now. You know, so I kind of want to pull it out, but I think I just want to hold it in place. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm holding it in place, and I'm cupping all the blood.
You don't want it to move around.
I want all the blood to stay within the
God,
confines of my
There's
body,
some
which is a
napkins
shell.
over there, some decorative napkins, please.
Oh, I don't want to use the decorative
no,
napkins. You got all
please.
your Christmas holiday decorative napkins lined out. Do you have any dirties lying around in the laundry?
Oh, okay. Use my towel. My.
And these are the linens. I'm not going to use your linens.
You can use my cum rags.
Oh, God, this is your favorite knife.
Cum rag. There's no cum rags here. Just a bunch of cardboard. Those are the cum rags.
Yeah. I come on cardboard.
No, they get stiff. Because
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, you're
I
not.
ruined it.
Um,
Okay, here's another thing. He takes those two guys out to the desert to go dig up his guns. They actually start to fight back like a couple of pussies.
yeah.
How can two
They have
guys
every
not
opportunity
beat one
to
guy?
overcome
He's
these
not.
bad guys.
This is like a skinny ass guy.
Yeah.
The guy had like a big piece of wood, and instead of just continually bashing the bad guy over the head with it, what does he decide to do? I'm gonna choke him with this awkward piece of wood.
Yeah.
You're a fucking idiot.
Deserves to die.
You're an idiot.
Let's run down the deaths here. We got Brian Posehn, terrible in this movie. Awful.
I'd liked his death scene though.
Yeah, he
I
was
thought that
like,
was pretty
what the
funny.
heck's going execution shot to the head. The
Yeah.
dad gets bludgeoned to death with aforementioned log. We got the boyfriend stabbed and shot in neck after being
neck
shot.
shot.
Neck shot and stabbing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mom, as we said, knife thrown right to... What a great knife thrower that Sherry Moon... Got her, man.
Yeah.
Daughter hit by a truck while wearing human skin mask of her dead boyfriend.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like, you're an idiot. Take off the human skin mask. That's why the maid is scared.
And just run. Don't like cling to the walls knocking on every single door. They never answer their door. Just fucking bolt. And don't run into the scary ass motherfucking clown.
Yeah. Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah. The only person I sympathize with is the Mexican cleaning lady in this movie who came across all those bodies.
Yeah, she's like, oh, these dirty fuckers.
What do you think about DDP and
Danny Trejo?
Danny Trejo's performance?
I thought DDP did his best with the dialogue that was given to him.
DDP was great.
He looked weathered as fuck.
I think they added weatherness. Weather beatenness.
DDP already looks like he's made out of snake skin
Yeah,
to
I know.
begin with.
Yeah.
So they'd made him look even
I wonder if they
worse.
made him look something or they just removed stuff that he already was.
They softened
applying.
him. They softened him.
They just kind of,
I think
sanded away some of the concealer.
I think they could have given him more. I mean,
do too.
when he does go after them and capture
Yeah,
them,
they both are
it's all
two bounty hunters.
There's a song playing, and it's more
that
of
scene's
that
great.
slow
I think that's the
motion
highlight
stuff,
of the
you know?
movie. It's a drug party scene. So that was a cool. But,
Yeah.
But again,
And
it's
that's when we're
squandered
supposed
because
to
I don't want to party
sympathize.
with these people.
Yeah, we're like, oh no, get away, guys, get away, murderers and rapists. The bounty hunters are coming to get you.
Yeah.
Oh no, our heroes have been captured.
Yeah. Geez. Huh. And were they even really necessary? Because you have the friend that
Yeah,
provides them with shelter and he turns on them. He would have done that anyway. So why do we need... So basically, the bounty hunters were just there to grab them.
I know
They didn't seek him out.
If he wanted to make us think that these bounty hunters were real badasses,
hunting.
could we get like a little bit of a backstory?
They didn't hunt, though. They were told where to go. Right?
Yeah. And they just showed up and got him. And it's like, why don't you just kill him then? If you've got him, just kill him
Well, they were paid to,
to get him alive.
get him alive. Yeah.
But I
bring
mean,
him in.
why? Why
Because
does everybody always have to capture somebody alive?
Well, because the sheriff wanted
Wants-
to murder them and torture
Oh.
them because they killed his brother. This is payback. So I guess, in a sense,
So it's his fault for
It's-
stooping to their level.
I guess so. But I
And
guess
so he gets killed.
I guess it is the cops movie. But still, like it's not clear cut. We don't even know who the main character is in this fucking piece of shit.
I think it's Otis, right? That's his name.
Yeah,
And
I guess,
Baby. They're
I guess
the main
so.
characters.
Oh man, this was not
There
good.
should have been. I think they should have had incest with each other. I think that would have made their characters more interesting.
If they were, why did they have to be brother and sister? Maybe that's because that's Rob Zombie's wife. Has she ever kissed another man?
He really wanted to show her ass all throughout this movie.
Yeah.
She does have a nice
She has
ass.
a wonderful ass.
I bet you if you gave this movie to Quentin Tarantino, it would be so much better. You'd have like a whole
No doubt.
oh
my God.
you'd have like a whole backstory to the bounty hunters. We'd get to see that, I'm sure. Everybody like you would sympathize and identify more with the killers. I mean, kind of like in Death Proof. Have you know Death Proof?
Yeah.
Like you love Kurt Russell is like a sadistic bastard, but you kind of like him.
I know, because that twist was so shocking. I liked him so much before he went crazy and, locked the car and was, going to commit murder on all these people. I liked him at the bar so much. He wasn't drinking, he was just like kind of a dork.
Yeah.
Like, funny, just totally charming the pants off of everyone. I was like, yeah, I like this guy. And yeah, that made him a likable character.
Yeah.
And that made his turn so shocking. Like, oh, he's not going to kill. Even though knowing he was going to become a murderer, I was like, when he was like, oh, well, which way are you going, honey? He didn't even say honey. He says, lovely lady. Left, please. Well, that's unfortunate. If you would have said right, I would have carried this out for a little bit. But now you're just going to have to know you're going to die right now. And then he, hung the opposite turn, hung a right.
And that's
I'm
what
really good at describing scenes in movies. It's like the
That's
best
what-
thing I can do in my life.
That's
Jesus.
what's really so great about when it turns again and he just starts getting his ass kicked and they start chasing him and going to stop and kill him at the end.
Yeah.
It's he understands characters, he understands how to make simple things way more interesting.
Well, but that's, how he made his mark. We have here a musician and an artist that now has money and can make his movies, and he's not a talented filmmaker.
But I'll tell you what,
unfortunately,
I've seen
because I think he's a really awesome. Like, did you ever listen to the Spook Show International? I think he's an awesome guy.
No,
His
he's a
interviews
cool
are
guy.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's a great radio host. Dig the tunes, man. I was a big White Zombie guy.
No,
I had
yeah,
a,
the
I had a
White
White
Zombie's
Zombie
cool.
T-shirt that said "Get Up and Kill" on the back.
Oh,
in the
wow.
6th grade, and my principal was like, Mike, on Wednesday you wore a shirt about killing people.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just like art. It's cool.
I do that at Blockbuster every week with my
Everyone was just so gentle, though. I guess they're more gentle now, but it wasn't like you're fucking suspended, you idiot. It was like, maybe wear other shirts that portray zombies in the front that don't say death, die, and murder, death, kill. So then I wore a fucking red rum shirt, dude. Blue or mine. I made that part up.
Damn, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I was gonna. Okay,
awful
I've
story
seen
derailed your thought.
House of a Thousand Corpses. I've seen The Devil's Rejects. I've seen both of his Halloween movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this is the best one out of all of them.
Oh, I wouldn't. I think Halloween has its moments. The sequel was awful.
I think Halloween failed because they showed too much of Michael Myers'
But
backstory.
that was kind of interesting. I
don't
I
think
like
so.
origin stories.
Michael Myers is a force of nature. He's pure evil. He's not some white trash kid that had a traumatic childhood.
But he is. How do you think Halloween opens up? We see him as a
we
child.
just see him
murdering his sister.
killing his sister. We don't see his white trash mom going like, "You fucking idiot!
Yeah.
You fucking fucker!
Something had to motivate
Fucking fuck!"
this monster. How does he become supernatural?
He's just pure evil. He is possessed.
We
by
don't need to know why.
Satan himself. The less we know, the better. He's the shark.
It was an interesting concept,
He's
though.
Jaws.
Right.
We don't need him to be a white trash
And
killer.
that's what's so great about the Donald Pleasance character, Loomis, because he's hopeless. He tried. He was his therapist. There's nothing inside that man. He's a
Yeah.
monster. And when he got out, it's like, oh, fuck. He's gone. The evil is gone from here. Yeah. And I hate what he did with Loomis. He turned him into a monster, Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Just this egomaniac.
John Carpenter hates Rob Zombie.
I bet.
Have
Yeah.
you seen? He's called Rob Zombie a piece of shit.
Wow. That must be so devastating for him, for
Yeah.
Rob Zombie, because he's got to idolize the guy, of course.
I mean,
Call him
Rob,
a piece of shit.
John Carpenter's more talented than Rob Zombie. I'm sorry.
What do you
Way
mean you're
better.
sorry? He's
Yeah. Well, yeah. Who do I have to apologize?
there.
I'm sorry I said
there,
that, Rob.
I said it. There.
Rob, I
Pretty
apologize for saying that
Dude,
about
John
you.
Carpenter's a god. I think John Carpenter's a better musician than Rob Zombie.
He is.
He is. He writes better
that's
songs.
that's a
and,
good point.
And I would say Rob Zombie's a talented guy. I really would. His artwork is incredible. But this is bad. I just had fun watching it the first time because it reminded me of, slasher films.
Do you know what? If this movie was a short, if you had the opening,
It'd be fine.
if you had the opening, shave off 2 minutes of the opening and just kind of have the Midnight Rider
I bet
part,
he'd do great shorts.
have them have like 2 minutes of the kidnapping, and then have there be a car chase to where the Freebird part happens.
Yeah.
You'd have a really good,
Solid.
beautifully shot, like nice vintage 70s look short.
Speaking of Death Proof, didn't he direct one of the fake trailers between the double feature?
Yeah, he did
Planet Terror and Death Proof.
He did like the Nazi werewolves
yeah.
one with Nicolas Cage as
Yeah.
Fu Manchu.
That was good. Those were all
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah. I went at
I
midnight.
love the Eli Roth Thanksgiving one.
I went at
Coming
midnight
home
to
for
go
the
see the
holidays.
double feature with the trailers
missed-
at Man's Chinese Theater. It was
I remember
so great.
You came over like either the night after, like the week after you came over, and we are like just still like you brought the soundtrack. We were just listening to it all night. You know, you're still radiant. Like I was like, fuck, I missed out, man.
It was so cool.
I never went to that.
Yeah. The experience,
kicking
it's
myself.
like seeing each movie separate isn't
Yeah.
as good as seeing it all together.
I hope they do it again
as the
sometime, but
experience.
with those trailers in between.
I'm sure there's probably like the
Edgar Wright one was great.
the New Art or Cine Family or something
look
in
into
LA probably shows
Would
it.
have been fun to see it. Like, what was that, 2006, 2007?
Something like that.
All right, yeah. So I don't know.
So the end is cool, I guess. But
I can't believe I thought it was the prequel. 78 is a long time ago, so like I just
also
forgot that House of a Thousand Corpses was in.
it's so
76.
easy to use Freebird.
Yeah, do you
You know?
think it was a little too literal? But here's the thing. That song fucking rules. Like, I don't care how many times, people yell out Free Bird or
Yeah.
how overplayed it is. That song was awesome, man. That
Yeah.
guitar, arpeggio,
Okay.
crescendo.
This'll kind of take us into some fun facts.
Okay.
Isn't it ironic that this movie ends in Freebird, stars Diamond Dallas Page, and Diamond Dallas Page started his career
With
as the manager of
manager
the
fabulous
Freebirds.
Freebirds. That's great.
Yeah, that is pretty great.
Yeah. That's nice.
Would you like some more fun facts?
Maybe one or two more.
I will give you some more fun facts.
Okay.
Otis's line, "I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work," is a slightly altered version of a quote spoken by Manson family member Charles Watson during the infamous Tate murders.
Okay, I just want two, and that was the second one. Two fun facts is good for me.
No, you're going to love this other one.
That was good. That was
Your-
so good. That was a good closer.
No, this one is going to blow your mind.
Oh.
Are you ready?
I hope not. I've already been stabbed.
Chris
today.
Jericho auditioned for the role of Rondo, but was told he's too pretty, so the part was given to Danny Trejo.
Oh, man. Huh. Interesting.
After
yeah.
MacGruber, I want more Chris Jericho
I thought
in
you were going to
movies.
say DDP, but do we want two wrestlers? That would have been fun.
Yeah, it would be like the Bounty Hunters and Suburban Commando.
Because Danny Trejo didn't offer anything, really.
Yeah, he's
It would have been
he's
funnier.
done much better work.
That's miscast right there. But you got to
Yeah.
throw Danny Trejo in there. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to.
Okay, those are my fun facts.
That was fun. I'm glad you told me that.
good.
I'm really glad.
You could probably compare this to Natural Born Killers. We're desperate fans to find a movie that we disagree on. We want to have a fight.
Yeah.
And I know you like Natural Born Killers, but maybe
do.
this is the younger you.
Oh, hey, dude.
Is this? Wait.
Tatanka's in Natural Born Killers. We can do it.
You fucking killed it, man. I was about to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was setting it up.
Oh,
you blew it. You blew it.
Let's do it, though.
That's what I was gonna say. But is this another case where you liked that movie when you were younger?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah,
and,
me
You know,
neither.
like, I was a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, too, and now I just think they're okay. Like, I like them. I'm going to love it because of the nostalgia. That movie
Yeah.
meant a lot to me. I went with my older sister. She was, gaga for that movie,
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen it since I was like 12 or 13, but I didn't like it then. Maybe I'll like it now.
Okay, that counts. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Rodney
Tatanka.
Dangerfield is watching professional wrestling.
Yeah,
That
he's
fucking
watching
counts.
Tatanka. Okay. So to mark the new year,
Okay.
our first January podcast,
Love it.
we will do Natural Born
I
Killers.
guarantee we're going to disagree on this one, man. I guarantee. Because, again, I mean, this is a slam dunk, dude. A Rob Zombie horror movie. Like, you're obviously not going to like it. I'm obviously going to like it. We're becoming more dynamic. I think I'm just becoming... We are agreeable in general with movies, I think. Much more so than music.
Yeah,
That's
much
for damn
more
sure.
so than I thought.
Yeah.
Because I always thought we didn't have the
I'm
same
sorry,
taste
man.
in
I just got so excited. I forgot about that Tatanka scene. I didn't mean to step on that. You know I love you, right?
Yeah, I guess
You do? Why do you look
guess
away
you
every
do.
time I tell you that?
Because I don't like to look at you when your dick is in your hand.
And with that, are you typing? As if you're going to say something
With
else?
that, it's me. It's DDP.
Oh, nice homage. Hello, ladies.